Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to do a walking lunge, a lower body exercise that includes the quads, glutes, hamstrings, and even the calves. Since the walking lunge involves moving forward, it is more similar to human movement than a stationary lunge and also requires more balance and coordination. Let's get to it. I'm starting with my feet about hip width apart and keeping core tight. You can place your hands on your hips, leave them at your side, or behind the head, but be careful not to pull the head forward and place unnecessary strain on the neck. As I step forward, it's important to keep the toes and knees pointed straight ahead as I lower down into the lunge position. The front leg is holding up most of my weight, so I don't want my knee falling inwards. The knee of the rear leg should lower straight down to the point where it is just hovering above the ground. I don't want to rest my knee on the floor, and you definitely don't want to bounce and potentially cause injury. Now let's talk about stride length. The answer to the question, how far should I step forward, is it depends. In my case, I have about 2 feet between my feet, but everyone has different limb lengths and goals. Most people should step far enough that their legs are not getting in the way of each other or lifting the front heel off the ground, but not so far that they cannot keep their balance. I'm usually looking to have a slightly forward lean and shin angle. This changes somewhat if you are trying to emphasize a specific muscle. Taking a more shallow step with an upright torso makes the lunge more knee dominant and focuses on the quads. Just make sure not to overly arch the lower back. Taking a longer step with an increased forward lean will emphasize the glutes because this is more of a hip hinge position. However, since we are doing a walking lunge, it may be difficult to obtain a forward lean while also keeping proper form. You need to maintain a flat back and not let yourself get into an excessively rounded or arched position. So, if glutes are your goal, you may want to perform stationary lunges instead. Feel free to play around with different stride lengths to find what works for you. Now we can chain our steps together, alternating the front working leg. It's important to go slow and maintain control. You may want to start by taking one step and coming back to neutral before taking the next step. After this, you can start to move more fluently by taking one step after the other. But don't let your momentum carry you and throw off your posture or let your hips get too far forward. If you need more of a challenge, you can add resistance with a barbell, kettlebell, or dumbbells. However, it should only be done if you have had enough practice that you can ensure proper form, and it is best to start with light weights.
If you enjoyed this video, you might also like one of these over here. If you learned something, please share with a friend so they can as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.